The summer sun beats down on the grass courts of SW19, bringing a bright and unmistakable energy to one of the most prestigious sporting events on the global calendar. As the afternoon unfolds at the Wimbledon Championships, there is a distinct sense of anticipation in the air, a feeling that this particular day holds something truly extraordinary for those gathered in the stands. Spectators from all walks of life have assembled to witness world-class tennis, but as the heatwave continues to sweep across the country, the focus subtly shifts from the baseline rallies to the exclusive confines of the historic Royal Box. It is here that tradition, elegance, and family bonds converge under the warm summer sky, drawing the eyes of the crowd away from the court for just a brief moment. The atmosphere is vibrant, filled with the gentle hum of conversation, the rustle of programs, and the occasional flutter of fans trying to catch a cool breeze in the mid-July heat. Within this historic venue, a quiet gathering of familiar faces begins to take shape, signaling a rare and delightful family outing that captures the essence of British heritage and high society charm. As the afternoon progresses, the arrival of senior figures reminds everyone of the deep, enduring connection between the British monarchy and this iconic sporting institution. Wimbledon has always been more than just a tennis tournament. It is a cultural touchstone where history is made and celebrated year after year. On this particular day 10 of the championship, the sense of occasion is heightened by the presence of individuals who embody the continuity and grace of the modern era. For decades, the tournament has served as a backdrop for moments of shared joy, quiet reflection, and public celebration, and today is no different. The shared glances, the coordinated style choices, and the effortless poise of those entering the stadium speak to a deeper narrative of companionship and mutual support. Before we fully immerse ourselves in the captivating details of this unforgettable royal afternoon at SW19, remember to stay connected with us by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss an exclusive update from the world of high society and timeless tradition. The crowd settles into their seats as the heat continues to build. But the oppressive temperature does nothing to dampen the spirits of the special guests who have chosen this day to enjoy the matches together. There is a beautifully orchestrated rhythm to the day, starting from the moment the gates open to the arrival of the distinguished party at the All England Lawn Tennis Club. Walking side by side, two sisters demonstrate an unmistakable closeness that has been forged through a lifetime of shared experiences, public duties, and private milestones. Their synchronized appearance at the championships is not merely a coincidence, but a continuation of a beloved annual ritual that has seen them sit front and center in the Royal Box for many years. This enduring sisterly bond provides a steady anchor amidst the fast-paced nature of public life, offering a rare glimpse into the genuine warmth and loyalty that exists behind the scenes of major public events as they move through the grounds, greeted warmly by officials and staff alike. The visual harmony between the two women is striking. One sister stands out in a vibrant, carefully selected ensemble that radiates summer sophistication, while the other channels the very spirit of the tournament itself in a classic, pristine white outfit that perfectly complements the surroundings. Their presence infuses the venue with a timeless charm, drawing admiring glances from the gathered spectators who appreciate the seamless blend of contemporary style and classic elegance. This joint appearance sets the stage for a day filled with meaningful interactions, light-hearted moments, and a shared appreciation for the sport that has brought them here. The underlying narrative of the afternoon is one of unity and celebration, as they are joined by other notable family members who are currently capturing the public's imagination. The energy within the stadium intensifies as the afternoon match is about to begin, and the occupants of the Royal Box prepare themselves for an afternoon of intense sporting drama. The heatwave requires creative solutions to stay comfortable, and the guests adapt with characteristic poise using small accessories to keep the rising temperatures at bay. This blend of royal grandeur and practical everyday comfort makes the scene all the more captivating for those watching from afar. The group represents a beautiful cross-section of the extended family, combining long-standing traditions with the fresh energy of recent celebrations that have brought immense joy to the family circle. Every detail, from the choice of wardrobe to the animated conversations unfolding in the front rows, contributes to a rich tapestry of a family enjoying a classic British summer day to the absolute fullest. As the players take to the court and the first serves are delivered, the sense of intrigue only deepens. Who are the newly introduced individuals sharing this high-profile moment with the seasoned veterans of public life? How do these relationships interweave to create the supportive network that defines the contemporary image of the family? The answers to these questions reveal a fascinating story of loyalty, new beginnings, and a deep-seated respect for the past. As we watch the drama on the grass courts unfold, the real story remains anchored in the box above, where legacy and fresh chapters are written side by side in the golden afternoon light, setting the foundation for the remarkable events and deep histories that we will uncover as our report continues. The unfolding scene at the All England Lawn Tennis Club becomes even more compelling as the specific details of this grand royal outing come into sharp focus, showcasing a masterclass in summer fashion and public engagement. Queen Camilla, looking radiant at 78 years old, stepped out in a stunning cerulean Anna Valentine dress, a vibrant choice that beautifully captured the bright spirit of the season. This particular garment holds its own special place in her wardrobe, as it is the exact same elegant dress she chose for her appearance at the prestigious Royal Ascot races just last month, demonstrating a refreshing approach to royal style that favors timeless sustainability and beloved wardrobe staples. Taking in the thrilling action at SW19 on this milestone day 10 of the championships, the Queen looked to be in exceptionally high spirits, her face lit with a warm and constant smile that reflected her genuine enjoyment of the historic tournament. She was accompanied by her younger sister, the 77-year-old Annabel Elliot, with whom she shares a famously close and unbreakable bond. Annabel beautifully channeled the classic spirit of tennis whites by opting for an immaculate ivory frock, standing proudly by her older sister as they made their way through the grounds. This annual excursion to the courts has become a cherished tradition for the two siblings, who make it a point to attend the world-famous sporting event nearly every single year, always taking up their prominent positions front and center in the exclusive Royal Box. Upon their arrival, the sisters were greeted with immense warmth and respect by the chair of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, Deborah Jevons, who escorted them through the welcoming protocols. The King's wife was all smiles as she dedicated her time to meeting the diverse individuals who make Wimbledon such a magical operation, highlighting her deep appreciation for everyone involved in the tournament's success. She shared a delightful conversation with former British #1 tennis star Heather Watson, exchanging insights about the sport and the current level of competition. Proving that no contribution is too small to notice, Queen Camilla also took the time to personally greet and chat with 15-year-old ball boy Zebedee and 15-year-old ball girl Ania, praising their precision and focus on the hot courts. Her interactions extended to the long-serving veterans of the venue as well. She spoke warmly with Morag Ranford, an incredible pillar of the event who has spent a staggering 50 years working tirelessly within the Wimbledon press operations team, capturing half a century of sporting history. She also shared a heartfelt moment with Peter Dobson, the dedicated safety officer who is officially retiring this year after a quarter of a century of ensuring the security and smooth running of the world-class championships beyond the immediate world of tennis. The Queen also met with Richard Gamage, the Chief Executive Officer of Cities Harvest, a wonderful and vital charity that has partnered with the sports event this year to actively tackle the critical issue of food waste, reflecting a shared commitment to community welfare and environmental sustainability amidst the grandeur of the tournament. While the Queen and her sister engaged with these distinguished guests, the next generation of the family brought their own sense of style and youthful energy to the gathering. Princess Anne's son, the 48-year-old Peter Phillips, looked exceptionally dapper and sophisticated for the warm afternoon, wearing a perfectly tailored light grey blazer paired seamlessly with smart navy trousers. Walking confidently beside him was his lovely new wife, the 45-year-old Harriet Phillips, who completely stunned onlookers in a magnificent checked lime and blue ensemble designed by the acclaimed Amelia Wickstead. A high-fashion piece valued at £1,330 that perfectly bridged the gap between modern trendsetting and traditional elegance. The newlyweds were the absolute picture of wedded bliss, smiling broadly and radiating happiness as they enjoyed the high-stakes tennis together. Their appearance marking another high-profile moment in what has been an incredibly busy and glamorous social calendar for the sweet couple, once the royal party was fully settled into their prime seats within the historic box. The severe reality of the British summer heatwave became the main challenge of the afternoon, prompting some delightfully relatable moments of resourcefulness. To combat the rising temperatures, the royals had to rely on a variety of personal fans to keep themselves cool under the direct sun. Queen Camilla, practical and modern, opted for a sleek electric mini fan that she held close to keep a refreshing breeze circulating, while also carrying a classic handheld fan to deal with the intense heatwave conditions of this memorable summer. Both Peter Phillips and his beautiful wife Harriet carefully shielded their eyes from the brilliant glare of the courts with matching, stylish sunglasses, turning to look at each other with affectionate smiles between the tense matches. This lively afternoon at Wimbledon comes just a short time after Peter and Harriet tied the knot in an intimate, romance-filled ceremony held in the picturesque Cotswolds, an event that was attended by the King and Queen alongside other close members of the royal family. On that magical wedding day, Harriet looked absolutely resplendent in a custom white Amelia Wickstead gown, beautifully accessorized with the historic Pragnell family tiara. And the couple sealed their lifetime commitment with a sweet kiss outside the historic All Saints' Church. The seamless elegance of their wedding day was aided by Harriet's stunning wedding train, which was carefully held by her three lovely bridesmaids, including her 14-year-old daughter Georgina, alongside Peter's own daughters, 14-year-old Isla and 15-year-old Savannah, whom he shares with his former wife Autumn Kelly. The young girls looked incredibly elegant in delicate floral garlands and matching white dresses from the very same designer, cementing a beautiful blending of their families. The public fascination with the newlyweds has grown rapidly, and just last week, the prestigious Tatler magazine officially crowned Peter and Harriet as the new royal couple to watch, a title that seems entirely justified, given their effortless charm and frequent high-profile appearances, including joining the King and Queen at the Royal Ascot last month. The Wimbledon outing provides a perfect continuation of this public journey, showing a family that is deeply connected, supportive, and thoroughly enjoying each other's company. As the tennis matches reach a fever pitch on the pristine grass below, the palpable tension and excitement within the stadium are mirrored by the animated expressions in the Royal Box, where every cheer and shared look tells a story of a modern family navigating the public eye with grace, joy, and an enduring respect for the traditions that bring them together, year after year. This delightful afternoon at the Wimbledon Champions represents just one colourful chapter in an incredibly busy and diverse schedule of public duties and personal milestones for the Queen, who continues to demonstrate an untiring commitment to her role. Just the day before her appearance at the famous tennis courts, Queen Camilla was out and about in the beautiful countryside of East Sussex, undertaking a deeply meaningful visit to the historic Ashdown Forest near the village of Hartfield. This particular excursion was organised to formally commemorate a truly remarkable literary milestone, the 100th anniversary of the publication of the very first Winnie the Pooh book, which was originally given to the world back in 1926. Ashdown Forest holds an enduring place in global culture as it served as the direct, real-world inspiration for the beloved fictional 100-Acre Wood and was once the cherished home of the brilliant author A. Milne. As the dedicated patron of the Royal Literary Fund, the Queen spoke with immense warmth to the gathered well-wishers and local school children who had assembled for the historic celebration, her genuine passion for literacy and storytelling shining through every single conversation. She was joined for this nostalgic event by her close friend Giles Brandreth, who delighted the young audience by giving an animated reading from the timeless classic tales. Following her formal engagements in the forest, the Queen surprised and delighted locals by dropping in for an unannounced, casual lunch at a charming pub in the nearby village of Plumpton. The 78-year-old monarch chose to visit the Half Moon Pub, a traditional establishment that prides itself on serving classic British dishes, while also doubling as a local campsite, situated in the very village where she spent her idyllic childhood years. This visit was a deeply personal homecoming for the King's wife, who was raised at a spectacular 7-bedroom property nearby known as the Lanes, a beautiful estate that she once affectionately described as being absolutely perfect in every single way. The staff and patrons at the pub were left thoroughly charmed by her down-to-earth nature and approachability. The official social media page for the pub shared a picture of her standing proudly with 2 young staff members, accompanied by a caption that read, "Lovely to have Queen Camilla for lunch today." A later comment from the establishment added, "A real character and lovely to welcome her. Such a lovely lady." For this nostalgic hometown visit, she wore a beautifully tailored bottle green floral dress that perfectly matched the rustic charm of the Sussex countryside. The local community reacted with overwhelming joy online, with one resident writing, "Terrific! Home again!" Another commentator noted seeing the royal helicopter landing safely in a front field of a nearby college, expressing their immense excitement at the royal presence, while a third shared a story of being temporarily stopped by a police motorbike just before the pub. Realizing only later that they had crossed paths with the Queen herself, this deep sense of connection, warmth, and enduring loyalty is a defining characteristic of Queen Camilla, a quality that is felt not only by the public but also by those who stand closest to her within the family circle. Her sister, Annabel Elliot, has been an eyewitness to this steady devotion throughout her entire life, and she famously shared her insights with the world during a groundbreaking BBC One royal documentary titled Charles III, The Coronation Year, which was broadcast to mark the historic transition of the monarchy. Annabel, who was given the profound honour of serving as one of her sister's 2 official ladies in attendance on the historic day of the coronation, spoke with deep emotion about the vital role the Queen plays behind the palace walls. She described her older sibling as the absolute rock of the king, emphasizing that she could not possibly overstate the importance of her constant presence. Annabel explained that the Queen is someone who is completely loyal, steady, and dependable, possessing a remarkably balanced temperament that is entirely free from huge highs and lows, providing a crucial element of stability in the fast-paced and high-pressure world of the contemporary monarchy. However, Annabel was careful to stress that this relationship is far from a one-sided dynamic, illuminating the beautiful reciprocity that defines the marriage of the king and queen. She explained that the king brings an immense amount of richness to her sister's life, opening her eyes to a vast world of knowledge, art, history, and diverse interests that she might never have been exposed to if their paths had not crossed. Describing them as yin and yang, Annabel noted that while they are in many ways polar opposites in terms of their personal energies and specific habits, this contrast is precisely what makes their partnership work so brilliantly, creating a flawless balance where each one supports and completes the other. This profound sense of mutual support and shared history was palpable during the Wimbledon outing, where the comfortable, joyful atmosphere in the Royal Box felt like a direct reflection of a family that has weathered storms and celebrated triumphs together with unwavering unity. The presence of Peter Phillips and his new wife Harriet further underscores this narrative of a family entering a bright new era of happiness and public celebration. As the son of Princess Anne, Peter has always maintained a relatively private but highly respected position within the family, and his recent marriage to Harriet has clearly brought a renewed sense of energy and joy to the entire household. Their appearance at Wimbledon, following closely on the heels of their high-profile day out at Royal Ascot, signals their growing importance as a supportive, elegant presence at major national events, earning them their reputation as the couple to watch in high society circles. The way they interweave their personal happiness with their public appearances demonstrates a flawless understanding of the balance between duty and family life. As the final sets are played out on the historic grass courts of SW19 and the afternoon sun begins to dip below the stadium roof, the royal party prepares to leave, having given the public a wonderful display of style, warmth, and family solidarity. This memorable day at the championships, much like the Queen's heartfelt visit to her childhood home in Plumpton and the poetic celebration of a century of Winnie the Pooh, reminds us that at the heart of these grand traditions and historic institutions are real people, bound together by love, shared memories, and a steadfast dedication to each other and the roles they are called to play on the world stage.